Hi gang, come with me on a journey. I'm on my way to my chess club, but I want to let you into a secret. As you know, I'm a hypnotherapist. Hypnotist. Hypnotherapy is using hypnosis, trance, for therapeutic reasons, to create positive changes in people, to install things and delete things. And a hypnotist uses the same process, but is more of an entertainer. And I quite often do that for charity, to make money for charities. I'll do a show and I get people to see things, feel things. They might accept the suggestion that their hand is stuck to the head. And if they accept that suggestion, then that's exactly what happens. Their hand will be stuck to the head and they can't get it off the head. And if you go to my MrMikeGarner YouTube channel, you'll see demonstrations of that. I can get people to forget the name, to forget anything really, to forget that their partner is the partner, and I can get them to see things that aren't there. I can get them to see the partner, they don't recognise them, or they think the partner is an alien or a zombie or a talking piece of pizza. Once the mind and my subject, whether it's in therapy or for entertainment, gets an idea locked in, an image, a concept, then they internalise that and that becomes their reality. We are always decoding reality. We have a world of images. It's a quantum concept, and I believe that we're looking at a hologram. It's rather like looking at me now on a screen and I'm animated. It's my hand moving. And it looks like it's three-dimensional. You can see me driving, you can see depth of field in vision. Things seem in the foreground and things seem in the background, but it's all on a flat screen, and it's on an LCD screen, which is a liquid crystal display. It's liquid crystals. And people say to me, "You don't believe that crystals work, do you, mate?" Well, yeah. Everything is crystalline in structure. Everything, including us. Go on the beach and it's all sand, which is crystals, and everything is carbon-based crystals. So basically, the building blocks of reality are crystals and some core elements, and from that we create the whole plethora of colour, sound, light, vibration, frequency, every object. And I would suggest, and it's a big subject this, that actually you are putting it out there. I am putting it out there. That you perceive me on a screen and you think I'm out here on the screen, but actually you're seeing me in your head. You're decoding vibration of sound and light, which is your hearing and your sight. This is all vibration, and then you're unpacking that vibration based on what you've been told it is, and you go, "There's Mike Garner, it sounds like Mike, it looks like Mike, it's Mike Garner, Mike G on TV." Now let's go into what I really wanted to talk about, which is even more fascinating. Because if I, as a hypnotist, can suggest, with just my limited resources of one-to-one online hypnosis, which is really powerful and effective and works instantly for people who've got good imaginations, reasonable level of concentration and intelligence, and can follow instructions. So if you can drive a car, you can be hypnotised. If you can bake a cake, if you can do most things, ride a bike, you can be hypnotised, because you've learnt. So you can learn to be hypnotised because you've got a clever mind. And You've got a picture of what it looks like to bake a cake. You've got a picture of what it looks like to play golf, to drive your car. You remember your way home. You're decoding all this information. You've got a memory, and then you bring it out as and when required. You've got a muscle memory, you've got an emotional memory, you've got a physical memory. And I'm accessing that with both hypnotherapy and hypnosis for entertainment, but so is the TV. And that's why we call television programs, because they're programs. You're being programmed by them. That's why advertisers use the television, and it's so expensive maybe to have a 30-second advert on television, maybe when it's the FA Cup final, thousands of people watching it in a high state of pleasure, or watching Coronation Street, or whatever it is that you watch, Top Gear, or I don't know, Good Morning on ITV or whatever, and you're watching it, you're entertained, you're in a good mood, you're in a peak state, and then wham, they sell you Nike trainers or the latest hair products, or I don't know, a car or a coffee, or a course. This is what happens on social media as well. Social media, mainstream media, television are bombarding us all the time with images which have got associations to branded music, branded logos, branded colours, corporate colours. They're using psychological NLP because they understand human behaviour, and even the government, and you've heard me say it before, that are there to govern your mentality, have got behavioural insight teams. Now look at what's going on at the moment. Look at what, when you turn on the news or the TV in the morning, what's you being shown all the time? Two things that begin with C. The jabberoonie and the weather. And it's all about that, isn't it? Well, there's 3 C's actually, because the 2 C's that I don't want to mention because I might get deleted or deplatformed or investigated for my content. It's about the jabberoonie and the world weather system, we'll put it that way, which are 2 C's. And the 3rd C is crisis. Everything's a crisis. We've got the gas crisis now, the energy crisis, and the food crisis, and the Brexit crisis, and the Russia crisis, the China crisis, and what's happening is they are imprinting programming, like I do, and then you become indifferent to this. It's called cognitive dissonance. What used to traumatize you and get you asking loads of questions becomes the norm. And so therefore you're not shocked by anything. It's called predictive programming. They're bringing out things in television programs before it happens in the world, by design. They're bringing out films. If you look at the themes of films and the memes on mainstream media and what's trending on social platforms, social media, we're being controlled, we're being manipulated. Basically, the TV is the hypnotist in the room, as is your device, as is the radio, as is all films. And have you noticed how all of a sudden these programs that we're entertaining, they're almost like, I don't know, education programs, the themes in Coronation Street and EastEnders and all these others, you know, Neighbours or whatever it is that you watch. I don't watch any of them anymore, I used to. But it's becoming so obvious now, and Netflix, which I've got, and Amazon Prime, and there's a new one now in Thailand which is called 3BB Go, and it doesn't matter where you go, in what country, in what culture, it's all the same. There's the themes, the memes are all trending and shifting and preparing us for what the government, who own these corporations, who own the media, who select the agenda, who fund certain entertainment streams, these memes are hypnosis. You know, everybody got interested in space travel, space exploration, and look what's happening today. We've got this Spaceship X going up, and we've just had Elon Musk and Richard Branson, with these millionaires who are supposed to be saving the planet and teaching us about our carbon footprint. They're jet setting all over the globe and sending things up, wasting thousands of gallons of fuel, encouraging us to get electric cars that are not practical for anybody, and they have to lithium mine it at the expense of lots of people working on less than minimum wage. And yet in the films, on the news, everywhere, they're pushing this to get it into our minds. So I feel, as a hypnotist, hypnotherapist, that it's basically Mr. G, me, against the TV. And you watch the TV more than you watch me. And when people come to me, they're in confusion, chaos, panic, despair, anxiety, because of things that they've seen and heard on TV. These programs. So what's the answer? Well, I watch the news because I'm a business mentor. I do corporate hypnosis, as well as all the spiritual, personal development stuff that you probably know me for. I go into companies, I've worked with some leading companies, some leading brands over the years in the UK. I work online with some international companies and some company business owners and teams, staff who want support. And it's part of the Investing in People project. But these people that come to me, most of them are in different states of stress and anxiety and tension and worry and fear, loads of fear, because of all the stuff that they hear. They're in fear because of what they hear and what they see. And although I watch this stuff to keep myself in the loop, I believe very little until it actually affects me. It's no good worrying about something that you can do nothing about and has got nothing to do with you. And if it has got something to do with you and you can do something about it, then I positively get about sorting it out. There's no point worrying about something I can't do anything about. It's far better to do something that's more positive, happy and edifying and uplifting for me. It's my job in life to be as powerful as I can be. So I get away from negative people. I don't watch negative programs on television. I don't listen to negative, derogatory music. I love rap music, but I don't like all this evil stuff, this stuff that devalues people. I don't like bad language, although I do swear, but it's jokey swearing. And I'm not out to offend anybody. and I don't want to be offended. And I'm not talking about the snowflake society where, oh, I'm so offended. No, I like banter. I like to take it and I like to give it. That's just my generation, and it's my Mancunian way. But it's not offensive, and I'm not offended. But as far as I'm concerned, when you look at the main protagonists, in other words, the main complainers, you know, you've got the feminist agenda, and then you've got the LGBT and all that sort of stuff, and you've got the transgender stuff, and then you've got the Black Lives Matter stuff, and then you've got the green stuff, and the I don't know, the vegetarian stuff, the food stuff, and then you've got religious stuff, and you've got political stuff. And then you've got the nation stuff, and the refugee stuff, and the terrorist stuff. I mean, my goodness me, what a world we live in. And it's all being thrown at us on TV. It's no wonder that I've got so many clients, because I'm undoing negative hypnosis through the mainstream media and through social media, and I'm installing positive programming, pictures and images consistent with peace, love, positivity, health, success, happiness. And that's definitely not what you're getting through the tube, the hypnotist in the room, the television. And it's possibly not what you're going to get from your friends who are in equal levels of fear, chaos and confusion, stress and anxiety, who are going to be offloaded onto you, and maybe you're even exchanging that. So switch it off, or when you see it, as I say, if you can do something about it, get busy positively doing something about it. If you can't, then detach from it. Just ask yourself, with anything that you see on television or any conversation that you get involved in or you witness, who benefits? And you're the most important person in your life. If it doesn't benefit you, switch it off. If it doesn't affect you, switch it off. Don't get involved in it. Keep it out there. Don't be hypnotized by it. Don't allow the suggestions to become your beliefs, because most of it is bullshit. Most of our stuff on mainstream media gets fact-checked, but if you fact-checked most of this news, it's like Jackanory, if you know what that is. I'm old enough to know what Jackanory is. It's a story. It's a story. Most of our history is a story. Hence the etymology, his story, history. By the government, etymology, to control, to govern your mentality, the government. And they're rewriting history, they're rewriting society. They're rewriting the rules. Everything that we thought we knew is being changed. But change can be interesting. Embrace change, but get it to work for you. Because if you become a victim to it, then you can literally atrophy and die. You can literally, with no love in your life, full of fear, you'll switch off your metabolism, suppress your immune system, wreck your mentality, change your biology, and have a really low energy, negative, depressing life. And that's not good enough for me, and I suggest it's not good enough for you. So ask who benefits, and if you don't benefit from anything, any of these pictures, any of these images, any of these scenes, these scenarios that you're being fed as being true, which I suggest most of it is fake, including what these so-called experts say, scientists, and notice the government follow the science as long as the science benefits them, but when it benefits you, they ignore the science. And we've just had a recent example of that which will affect all our young children across the globe. Very dangerous, extremely dangerous, and you know what I'm talking about. So don't be programmed by all that. Program yourself. Fill your house with beautiful things, an overload of beautiful things, sounds, images, objects, music, fragrances, textures, shades, colours, foods, drinks, activities, people. Make your house a beautiful place, a beautiful space where you can grow, feel safe, be happy, switch off the world and only allow in anything that benefits you. Don't be negatively hypnotised by the hypnotist, which is television or any mainstream media or anything that's said negatively by anybody else. Dictate for yourself what you believe and live a wonderful life. As I say, for me, it's either Mr. G, me, or the TV. And at the moment, the TV is winning, apart from those people that come to me for one-to-one bespoke online sessions or just free chats. If you want to chat, I'm here for that. If you have a session, there's a fee, but I'm very cheap. There's people I know charging 500 quid for a chat. I'm not up for that. You can chat to me like I'm chatting now for free, and if we do a session, there's a small fee. And it's so easy to disconnect from social hypnosis and media hypnosis and world hypnosis, and to plug in to your own powerful mind. And I can teach you how to do that. And I wasn't going to advertise myself on this presentation, but I've got to say it's become very obvious to me that we've got a war on consciousness at the moment. Not just a war on terror or a climate crisis or a medical crisis or a refugee crisis or a financial crisis or a food crisis and whatever other crisis they want to push at you. We've got a humanitarian crisis. We've got a control crisis, which is another C. And for me, control yourself. Get control of this powerful super mind that you've got. And if you want me to help you with that, and I can, as I have for hundreds of my students and clients, then contact me on any of the contact details where you view this presentation. And if you just want to chat, I'm here for that. Take care, be powerful, enjoy your mind. God bless.